Hello, my name is Jay Steinberg. I'd like to welcome you to Back to School Night. I'm an algebra teacher here at the high school. This is a pleasure of mine to have your student in algebra. It's a fun course. We learn a lot about the real world and how to connect abstract ideas to concrete ideas and help your students solve real life situations using math. We have this book that we use. It's the Pearson edition of the Algebra 1 textbook, which is aligned to Common Core standards. It has so many resources that are available online. At the beginning of the school year, I made sure that all the students had access to it, including the online tutorials and some practice and textbook pages. The physical book can be borrowed if your student actually wants to have a physical book and not the online version. All of this can be accessed through ClassLink in their Chrome browser. The materials your student needs are pretty typical: a pencil and a notebook that's organized. We like to always suggest and recommend here at the high school that your student has one math notebook so that they're keeping things in order and keeping their notes in a safe place. It could be a 3-ring binder and with loose leaf paper, or it could just be like a spiral notebook. As long as they have a folder, we hand out some notes in class, and we like to have them hole punched so that they can stay organized. Your students can stay organized. We do a lot on our Chromebook, so your students, if they're in person, we would like them to have their Chromebook and fully charged for each day. The calculators that are at the top of the screen are your scientific calculators or your graphing calculators. Everything that we do can be done on the scientific calculator, so no need to run out and buy a graphing calculator for your student this year. We also use a cam scanner application on the phones to turn in homework. And it's a free program. It's a free app that you can download in the Android store or the App Store. It does have an ad feature that asks the students to possibly consider going to premium, but everything we use is for free. It's a freemium kind of app. So all the basic functions are free for them. They just have to cancel out an ad that tries to sell them. Grades, we have 2 categories. So they're weighted based on whether the category is assessments or practice, and within a category, it's total points. The assessments are things like tests, quizzes, any other graded assignments that are announced. Those are graded based on accuracy, not completion, whereas your practice or your homework situation, that's the category where I just want to make sure students are practicing what we're learning in school, trying things outside of class. It's a 2-point system for homework. You get 2 points, or students earn 2 points if they have their homework completely filled out according to the directions and it's completed by the deadline. The 1-point situation, if you get 1 out of 2 points, that means maybe you skipped a section, maybe you didn't follow the instructions. Then you would earn 1 point, and a 0 if it's not completed before a time, before the deadline. Then you would earn 0 points. We don't accept late homeworks in this class just because everything builds, and I don't want people focusing on things previous that might exclude them from doing what we're currently learning. So our homework assignments are kept in a couple of places, definitely in OnCourse, and then in resources, we have a weekly schedule or agenda where links to daily assignments are also found. I push out the assignments in the OnCourse, so they are dated. So according to when the assignment was handed out, they have due dates. That's all communicated on their splash page in the learning management software that OnCourse has. When a student completes their homework, we ask that they take their phone out, use Cam Scanner, and upload it as an attachment. This way I can see it, and I'm able to use something called Kami software to write on top of it, possibly give them some feedback, and then I send my grades and any feedback back through them through the OnCourse program so they can see and make corrections. We also do have a second chance learning policy that's been in place for the last few years, where students have an opportunity to complete 1 second chance learning opportunity per marking period on a test or a quiz. That's not 1 test and 1 quiz, it's an either or. Either you 1 assessment, either a quiz or a test each marking period. The guidelines are as follows, and they are listed below. I'm not going to read through them. All of these guidelines are specific to the math department. Other subjects may have different policies, so I want you to be familiar with, and I want my students to be familiar with, the math department policies, which state how much homework you need in order to be eligible, and then what kind of good faith measures you have taken before completing your first assessment. We do average the 2 quiz grades or assessment grades. So you're before your original one and then your second chance learning one, and the average grade is what goes into the grade book. This can also be found on the school ed page in the academics in the math department section for second chance learning opportunities. We're conducting most of our classes through Zoom. These are the norms that we have for our Zoom classes, that students are on time, and on time for me means early, so we can begin as soon as we can, that they're prepared with their materials, that they're visible and their cameras are on their faces, and then also that if they would like to participate, I encourage that. All they need to do is raise their hand. They can do that virtually with an icon or emoji, or they can actually just chat their question for us. I'm recording a lot of the Zoom meetings so that if a student is out, or even if a student wants to go back and reinforces something, it will be linked in each nightly homework assignment in OnCourse, so they'll have that as another resource. I want to just thank you one more time for being here. I'm so enthusiastic about this class. I really enjoy having the students. I'm learning a lot about technology myself. If there's anything else I can learn about your student, then please feel free to email me at my email address that's on the page right there. It's just jsteinberg@hvrsd.org. My phone extension is 1336. If your child is having some sort of technical issue or difficulty, then the help desk information is down below. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. And then one last thing, I know, like I asked you, it's not like a homework assignment, but if you can tell me one thing that might be able to help me to teach your student, send me a line. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care.